Hey, it's Matt. I wanted to talk to you about something that's important. In fact, what I'm about to reveal to you may be the most important information that you'll ever hear in your entire life. I want to talk to you about 2012. I'm going to be releasing a series of videos that I'm going to call the 2012 Action Series because it's all about actions. Most people write down the very same goals every single New Year's, and they never get them done. They're trying to lose the same 10 pounds each year, and yet by the end of the year they end up even heavier than they were before. So I want this year to be different. And in order to have this year be different, you're going to have to do something different. And the key word there is do. It's all about actions. So that's what the 2012 Action Series is all about. So first I have to tell you why I'm doing the 2012 Action Series. Well, there's a fund out there, and I think it's called the Young Entrepreneurs Fund. And if you have a wonderful idea and you want to be able to put it into fruition, they will give you $100,000 for it. They'll loan it to you. So the Young Entrepreneurs Fund is a pretty good option. Now, if you have ever seen the film The Social Network, you may remember a scene where Mark Zuckerberg was in California for the summer, and I think he was talking to, I think his name is Sean Parker, the creator of Napster, and he was telling Sean, you know, it's going to be real difficult for me to return to college because he was on summer break at the time. It's going to be real difficult for him to return to college and concentrate on college and Facebook at the same time. And Sean brought up a good point. He said, why would you do that? Facebook is $1 billion idea. You're going to have to take some time off of college and do this, and maybe you can go back to the safe path later. College isn't going anywhere. So that's what the Young Entrepreneurs Fund is all about. What if Mark Zuckerberg would have waited? What if Mark Zuckerberg didn't make Facebook in the time that he did? Facebook has changed the world, and I think it's changed it for the better. I don't think anything good can. I don't think anything bad can come out of connecting all the people in the world, having more information, having more free information, being able to connect people, being able to raise awareness about a certain cause, being able to direct people from here to there. I don't think there's anything that bad can happen that can come from just connecting people like that. So I wanted to talk about that, and I wanted to talk about 2012. This is my cat. I have one cat, and he really doesn't have a name. His name is Kitty. But I wanted to talk a lot about 2012. The Young Entrepreneurs Fund is there, and it's there because what would happen if Mark Zuckerberg had not taken that leap? And if I can help you do something in 2012 and get something done, I could be helping the next Mark Zuckerberg. And who are you to say that you are not the next Mark Zuckerberg? Who are you to say that? In the book, The Education of Millionaires by Michael Ellsberg, he examines a lot of millionaires and billionaires that either dropped out of college, didn't go to college at all, or just simply didn't have the education that a lot of people think that millionaires have to have. I know Mark Zuckerberg was attending Harvard University whenever he made Facebook, but I think it was more the way that he did things. He was an action taker. Now, motivation, whenever it comes to us, we may watch 300 or something like that and get motivated and want to work out. If we don't work out immediately, the feeling fades off. That's the thing with feelings. Nobody's beaming feelings directly into our heads. Feelings are chemicals, and if you don't have the nutrition required to produce endorphins, then you're not going to feel happy. You're going to feel pretty crummy. So you have to get the nutrition right so that you can feel feelings in the first place. But feelings wear out. Just because you're rich or powerful or successful doesn't mean that you're happy 24/7. It's just not the way that things occur. And if you talk to people that are rich and powerful and successful, or you just watch interviews with them, they're not just got big bright smiles on their face and skipping from place to place. Feelings wear out, so we have to take the motivation and do something right away. If you remember, Mark Zuckerberg was in class whenever he got an idea, and in the movie, he actually sprinted from class to his dorm's room to write a line of code that, and after he wrote it, Facebook was online. From then on, Facebook was online, and he launched it right away. That is the kind of implementation that we're talking about. If you walk into your house and your front door is squeaky, then you need to go to the hardware store right away. Or else 3 months down the line, you'll be like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, and it's 3 months later. So it may seem silly in the moment to go to the hardware store immediately and fix the problem, but whenever you do these things enough, eventually you run out of things to do. And you are forced to sit down and concentrate on your New Year's resolutions. So the Young Entrepreneurs Fund is for funding Mark Zuckerberg's, and if I can do anything close to that, if I can help you do something and you turn out to be the next Mark Zuckerberg, well then I can first off say that I knew you win, but also only good things can come out of it. So here's how we do things in 2012. Since we can't rely on a single thing of motivation, I mean, whenever you watch 300 and you work out, you're motivated, and you might be motivated through the whole workout. But the next day, whenever you're sore, your motivation's probably worn off by now. And if you don't get motivated again, then you can't do it again. And trust me, motivation is not like coffee. You can't just get energy by drinking coffee and then just do whatever you need to do. Motivation's not like that. You can't really force yourself to feel that way. Eventually, you're going to run out of inspirational videos to watch on the internet, and you're not going to have the motivation required to do the workout. So you're going to need something big, something huge that's going to push you whenever life throws its hardest stuff at you. So what I recommend is a mission statement, making a mission statement. This type of stuff may be something that you have heard before. However, I don't think it's ever been stressed this much to you, the importance of it being stressed to you. See, what happens is, in the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, he talks about the 7 habits of highly effective people. Now, admittedly, those are common sense. In fact, he calls them common sense organized. And they are, just off the top of my head, be proactive, begin with the end in mind, put first things first, think win-win, seek first to understand, then to be understood, synergize, and then sharpen the saw. So those are the 7 habits, and they are sequential. Whenever you reach something new, like the wedding or the class anniversary being like 3 months away and you want to suddenly lose 10 pounds, or the New Year's and you're writing down your New Year's resolutions, you're already being proactive. So let's skip to begin with the end in mind. In those books, the one most important step, if you could judge one to be most important, and the one that's most often skipped is in the chapter begin with the end in mind. People don't do it. They don't write a mission statement. A mission statement is your statement of purpose for your life. Where is your life going? So the mission statement is really important to gather together, to create, and to actually put out there, and regularly review it and update it and everything. In the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens by Sean Covey, he in the chapter of Begin with the End in Mind, he actually has a couple of exercises that you can do. And you can do these exercises and you'll have, within an hour, a rough draft of your mission statement, your purpose, the thing that you want to do with your life. With big goals like these, what's going to happen is that it's going to be like a tree with very deep roots. So whenever the storms of life come, you can cling to this tree and you'll be able to ride out the storm and you won't be completely destroyed by it. I know you probably know people that are completely destroyed by everything. If they get a flat tire on the way to work, they throw a big fit, they cry, they say, "Why does this always happen to me?" And they're completely distraught every time anything happens. If they can't get pizza at lunch because the pizza place closed for the holidays and they have to go eat tacos, they're going to make everybody miserable because everything in life blows them down. So if you can ride out life's storms, then you can take where you end up and you can keep going forward, you can keep going towards your goals for 2012. You'll find the motivation once again because you have something to cling to. You know who you are. So whenever your boyfriend or girlfriend dumps you, whenever you get a divorce, whenever your car breaks down and your boss fires you, you're going to still have this purpose, this mission statement, and it's going to drive you forward so that you can keep on your goals, keep on your tasks, and finally do what needs to be done in 2012. So the very first thing that I recommend in the very first video in this series is to go to your nearest bookstore, to go to your nearest library. And if you really want to get this done, I would suggest doing it right now. Don't wait until 2012. Do it right now. Go to Amazon.com. Try anything in your power, and then order the book or borrow the book from the library. Order the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens by Sean Covey, and skip right on ahead to Chapter 2 about the mission statement. And then turn the pages until you get to the exercise, and there's a couple exercises in there. There's 4 in particular that he talks about, and you can create a rough draft of your mission statement in about an hour. And with that, you can take that, you'll have your life statement, you'll have a tree with reasonably deep roots, and we're going to improve on that tree, and we're going to improve on 2012, and I'm going to give you some stuff that's taken me years and years to discover and thousands of dollars to learn. So in the next videos, I'm going to be talking about that, but this is the one action step that I want you to do for this video so that you can create something in 2012 and you can finally get those New Year's resolutions taken care of. So go do that. Go get Sean Covey's book. I will provide a whole bunch of links down below, and I will talk to you then.